Hello YouTubers, and welcome to the Retro Computer Kid Chris channel. Sorry for the slight delay of uploading videos. My mum passed away last Thursday, and let's see, things I've been overtaken by events, and I'm just doing this special video in memory of the lady who got me into computers, and basically started me off in what I like doing, what I do for a living, in which I repair laptops, the new style of computers, which thanks to this lady, my mum, buy me an Amstrad. I know, name dropping, buying an Amstrad that got me into computing, and that's purely why. So this video will just be about Amstrads and etc. Right, starting off with the first, the 464, which was just a 64k memory. There was the 572, which had 72 kilobytes of memory, which it wasn't. It was only 64. It was used as a tax to evade, not evade tax, but to avoid. And one slight difference is, compared to the 6128, is it does not have an expansion port on there. All it has is a floppy disk drive on there and a printer port. The only downside is, if you ever want to have a floppy drive on there, you have to get an extra interface, and then use an external hard drive, floppy drive. Sorry, that's how you do it. Because when these were released, there were obviously the floppy disk, which was on the model 64 version of this drive, which would later be, which the 664 would have been obviously discontinued because they're being the 6128, which denotes, clever little thing there, how Amstrad worked this out. It was the 6 denoted a disc, the 4 denoted a tape. All the systems with a 4 denoted tape cassettes. The ones with a 6 denoted the disk drives, and that's how they did it. Which, to be honest with you, this was like very much which probably most people would have had, because believe it or not, these were quite dear. These were reasonably priced compared to the the 6128, which, comparing the sizes, you can see it's just a fraction shorter, and the price of that for the disc system was a little bit more dearer. It was about £100 more, I think it was. I remember when my mum bought it, mum and dad bought, not this one, because everybody at my school had this 464. If you had a 6128, you'd be considered as popular. You were rich. Anybody, you know what I mean? Not rich, but you were the top cheese or whatever. There's only 4 of us in. There's only 4 people in my class which had a 6128. So yeah, this is. I actually found something out about this particular one I've got off eBay. I didn't realise this. It's actually my old system. It's actually my old system. I didn't realise this. My mate got a UV light, you know, not a UV, blue light, because he uses postcode and all my stuff. And he went over this, and it had my postcode. Literally, it had my postcode on. So in theory, I bought my old system back. And to tell you something though, it's still in good nick, barring some scratches of course, which you gotta expect with age. And yeah, you've just got various things. The keys obviously are brilliant. And we're looking at the back, you got disk drive 2, which was on the 6128. So if you wanted to copy games, which is illegal, but did that stop anybody? There you go. But also you can actually, I understand now, you can actually use a 3.5-inch disc drive on that. Just have to shorten a couple of pins and just slot it in, and that's how you do it. And you got an expansion port, which I also understand on that one you can have extra memory or any other interface. Like you could have like and you could get drum machines, speech synthesizers, stuff like that. And your printer, you always gotta have a printer, guys. You gotta have a printer, and that's how you do it. You put the printer in there. You plug a printer in there. I had a dot matrix. My mum and dad bought me this was a full set, a dot matrix printer, the actual colour screen, and the 6128 system, which unfortunately it was minus the monitor, original monitor, which I asked the person when I bought it off eBay, where's the monitor, and he said unfortunately unfortunately it caught fire. Unfortunately it caught fire, which was a bit of a pity, because it would have been nice. And the printer, apparently that couple of owners had it before it broke. So apparently, he was telling me how many owners had this system before. It was actually about 2 other people have had it, so in theory I bought my own system back. It's funny, isn't it? Yeah, all I remember was one Christmas. I think I was about 9, 8 or... Yeah, I think I was about 8 years old. Yeah, I was 8 years old. Went downstairs to get a drink, Christmassy, and I could drink of water or something. And my sister was waiting on the stairs. She says, "Come on, Christian, you get back upstairs." And then on first day. I went downstairs. I went back upstairs. My sister bought a drink. I didn't realise they were trying to set up my system, the Amstrad system. As soon as I walked down the stairs, I was like, wow, it's a computer. You know what I mean? It was a computer. You know what I mean? I was absolutely amazed. And that's how I learnt basic programming. I learnt basic programming. Yeah, I know you have to key lots of type all these instructions in BASIC just to draw a circle around the screen. But that's what programming is all about. That's what programming was all about, and I still believe it is now. Well, what system you got? You learn BASIC. You know BASIC. You know what I mean? That's what programming is all about. Not like now, you can just go and that's it on the computer system, which, you know what I mean, the fun's got, yeah, but I love retro systems, and obviously because my mum said to me, I said to her, "Oh, this disk drive ain't working." I said, "Well, unplug it first." I was only 10 years old. I bet people are thinking, "Oh, that's bad." No, but cause I was learning I was into electronics. I used to put new plugs on things when I was about 9 or 10. You know what I mean? And I was about 9 years old. I was just undone it. All I known was never to touch anything when it was switched on. Switch it inside. Switched it on. And the belt, I think the belt had gone or something, and I said, "Oh, the belt's gone." Luckily, at the time we knew somebody who had retro computer parts, and well, not retro, you know what I mean. They had certain computer parts. And I got this belt and I fitted it on. And I felt good. I thought, yeah, I've completed it. I've done it, and I thought to myself, I want to be a computer repair person when I'm older. And then what I did. Right up at school, I didn't like any of the subjects I did. Anything I liked was IT. And once I progressed on from that, I was just like, I went to college. didn't do any GCSEs, and next thing I did, I had night school about 6 years, about 7 years ago now. I said to myself, right, I'm going to do computing, and this teacher was very. He wasn't toffee nosed, but he says to me, you lad, have you ever took any systems to computers to bits before? I says, I've took a Commodore 64 and an Amstrad CPC 6128. Oh boy, young man. Sorry, he goes, lad. Sorry, even I must get this right. He goes, oh lad, you have dabbled with the classic systems, and he actually brought an Amstrad in for me to have a look at and say, oh, why isn't this working? And luckily, my mum, bless her, she knew about soldering, and I know a little bit to get me by. And he just showed me. I said, oh, it's that thing there. It was like a dodgy switch. It weren't switching on. I said, unsolder it, like get the solder off and put a new one in. And you know what I mean. He plugged it in and put it back on. It worked. And you know what I mean. He was so amazed. I got with my mark at the end of the exercise. I got like an A. It was like an A. What do they class it as? I think it's a distinction. Classed it as, you know what I mean. It was above, near enough, pretty much a little bit above an A. Because I've done exceptionally well. Which I was quite shocked at. Because I failed at some things, but hey, don't we all? And I just showed them the actual basic of the system, right down to the actual thing here. And yeah, thanks to my mum, she got me into the trade that I love and I liked. So this special video goes out to her. Thanks guys.